In this video, I'm going to do a broad overview of creating an As You Learn assignment. This is a great tool to use. Many teachers still like to collect hard copies of papers, but if you want to collect things electronically, As You Learn assignments is a great way to go. Your first step is to go to your As You Learn site. Then in the upper corner, click the gear and turn editing on. Once editing is on, you would just go to the block where you want to add the assignment and then click Add an Activity or Resource. Once you're here, just select Assignment and Add. After you've clicked to add the assignment, it takes you to the settings page. Here you would give the assignment a name and also a description. Here you can make an attachment in addition to this description. Availability is a key point. This first line is when you begin accepting submissions. The second line is the due date. So if you want to change anything, you just click these drop downs. So I can change the month, I can change the day. In addition to that, you can also specify the time. One thing to be aware of, As You Learn uses military time. So if I wanted to make something due at 5:00 p.m., I would select 17 and leave that on 00. As you scroll down, by default, As You Learn assignments accept files. If you also wanted to be able to accept online text, you would need to check that box. I'm not going to go over all these settings, but some of you may be familiar with Turnitin. Turnitin runs similarity reports, where it compares student submission to a database of papers that they maintain. If it finds similarity between what your students submitted and papers that have already existed or things that are on the internet or in journals, it will flag that for you. By default, that's not enabled, but you can make it yes. Another area to be concerned here, store student papers. Right now this is set to no repository. What that means is when students submit to your assignment, their papers are not being included or retained by Turnitin's repository. You can change that to standard if you like. I'm going to leave mine on no repository. That means Turnitin doesn't get to keep the student's work. It's really just comparing it in the moment. Another key point is grade. By default, it goes to points and assigns 100 points, but you can make this number whatever you want. So if I want a larger number, just type that in. If I want something smaller, type in something smaller. You'll also notice that under grading method, it defaults to Simple Direct, and that's what most people use. There are options for grading guides and rubrics, but I'm not going to go into detail on those right now. Once you're all done, just click Save and Return to Course. That takes you back to the main page. If you're not ready for students to see this, if you still want to polish or edit this, you also have the ability to hide that assignment. You can go under Edit and choose Hide. And that means the item is still visible to the teacher, but it's hidden from student view. I hope this helps.